Hello, Football Nation. This is Ziki here, and I'm back again with some more football stories. Of course, we are looking at the result that came out from match day one of the UEFA Champions League, which kicked off yesterday with the six dramatic and interesting fixtures. Very interesting result that we saw then. And of course, you understand that in the league phase of the UEFA Champions League, there are going to be 8 match days. Now, first is Arsenal, the Gunners. We saw them coming out, guns blazing against the La Liga side Athletic Club, winning 2-0, goals courtesy of Martinelli and Trossard. I should say that it was a very interesting encounter indeed, of which we saw Arsenal giving out 6 shots on target, to which 2 of them resulted in goals and 4 were served. And again, still talking about Arsenal, we've seen that they're having a great start to the season, especially in the English Premier League. And also the same thing can be said for Athletic Club in La Liga right now. They also have a good start to the season, even though they lost their last match day. But let's see how everything is going to play out, because they're going to be playing match day 2 again in October there. And the next one that we saw, of course, coming out of Real Madrid, an interesting side as well, which a lot of people are looking forward to having maybe an upper hand in this tournament. They came out there playing against the Marseille side, and of course they won 2-1. I should say it was also a very dramatic encounter. 2 goals courtesy of Kylian Mbappe, all of them penalties. And they also saw Dani Carvajal being red carded after coming in as a substitute to replace Alexander Trent-Arnold, who was injured. And one player goes off because of injury, another one comes in off the bench and is also red carded. I mean, one manager having to deal with such kind is very, I don't know. But you understand, this is the beautiful game of football. However, the most important thing is that they were able to collect the maximum points, even though it was a little bit of very difficult. And we also saw a goalkeeper for Marseille that is really facing 15 shots on target, you understand, to which in total Real Madrid did 28 shots. You can see that they were pushing, they were attacking, and Marseille's defense was solid enough to be able to stop Real Madrid, you understand. And even to win, they also had an opportunity to win. I'm talking on the side of Marseille, because they really played great football there, but it wasn't enough on their side there, all right? So Roberto De Zerbi, wherever he is right now, he is making sure that he's going to talk to the boys to be able to convert those opportunities that they created into goals as they go into match day 2 of the UEFA Champions League. The same can be said again for Real Madrid. We saw again Xavi Alonso giving Rodrigo a starting position, and later on, I think it was in the second half, around 63 minutes, we saw Rodrigo being substituted for Vinicius Jr., who also contributed to the goal that to the penalty that resulted in Kylian Mbappe scoring, which was also great on the side. But it also exposed a little bit of some defensive issues on the part of Real Madrid. I am sure Xavi Alonso is going to look into that area again. Now that there is again another injury in that area, it seems like things are not going very well for Real Madrid in this beginning of the season. Of course, match ending there with the Real Madrid 2, Marseille 1. Now next, we saw another interesting encounter coming there in form of Dortmund going head to head with the Juventus. I should say this is one of the most interesting messages, but I'm really disappointed with the Dortmund, because they had the upper hand, they were leading, and unfortunately they just couldn't hold on to the end, having to have Juventus scoring 2 goals in just a space of about 3 to 4 minutes towards the end of the match. That was in injury time. Actually, I was so disappointed with this result, to be honest. I'm sure Dortmund, wherever they are right now, they are also biting on themselves, because they had this game, they were leading 4-2 going into the going to the end of the match, and they had to allow Juventus to come up, and score these goals. But also it was also very dramatic in the sense that 3 of the goals that were scored in this encounter came minutes after minute after minute. The first one came in via Yildiz, that was 63 minutes scoring for Juventus, and then Nemecha scored for Dortmund the 65 minutes. 67 minutes, Juventus came back again via Vlahovic. So all these goals come. This is a match that you have to go and watch the highlights. If you didn't have the opportunity to watch it live, go and watch the highlights. It was dramatic and interesting, and the match ended 4-4. Very, very interesting indeed. Of course, Igor Tudor was relieved by that final goal that saw them, clinching a 1 point from Dortmund there. And like I said, Dortmund have got themselves to blame for losing this encounter. And also, we should give it up for Di Gregorio, the goalkeeper for Juventus. He was just on top of his game. But again, 50-50, I should say. I can give it a 50-50 encounter, comparing the two of them. How even against the Kobel himself, it's 50-50 because both of them conceded 4 goals. So at the end of the day, even though I feel like Juventus goalkeeper had to work extra hard in terms of the shots that he faced and was able to stop them. Okay, and moving forward to another result, a very, very good one for Thomas Frank, the manager for Tottenham, coming into his first match in charge of Tottenham in the UEFA Champions League and winning 1-0. It was also great for himself again, that side versus the La Liga side, the Villarreal. So they won 1-0. Very good encounter indeed. They played very well, but they could have done better. But again, it's Tottenham. You understand that they've been having some struggles here and there, but it's a good start for them, collecting the maximum points there on their side. And coming again, another encounter, Benfica versus Qarabag. And this also was again a match that a lot of people were thinking like, well, Benfica was having it, they were leading. So a lot of people were thinking like maybe that was how it was going to end, because I was following some discussions where I was involved with some football fans there, talking about football. And a lot of people thought Benfica had this in control, but unfortunately they lost it 3-1 there. They've got themselves to blame again on that part. And then we saw PSV losing 3-1 to Union SG, again an encounter which a lot of people, those who put money in football, they lost this match, because I was following on the discussions and also on the predictions and everything. A lot of people thought PSV has got this one, because apparently Union SG, a lot of people are not familiar with the team, so it sounds like a small team, but they made their mark there, winning 3-1. So today we're going to be seeing very, very interesting encounters that are going to be coming out. Bayern Munich taking on Chelsea away there to Germany. PSG taking on Atalanta. Liverpool going head-to-head with Atletico Madrid. Currently, Atletico Madrid not doing very well there. Diego Simeone, let's see what magic is going to play in this encounter there with the Liverpool, a team that is currently on top of their game. And then we've got Ajax taking on Inter, another interesting encounter. Slavia taking on Glimt, and then Olympiacos taking on Pafos. So these are the fixtures that are coming out today. 9 p.m. We're talking of Central African time. So very, very interesting encounter indeed. Let me know, which team do you think is going to win? I understand that for some of us who are following Chelsea, we're saying maybe Chelsea is going to win, but it's going to be very difficult playing against the Bayern Munich, a team that is also currently performing very well on top of their game in the beginning of the season. So this is all I had for you, but don't worry, I'm going to keep on giving you all these updates, keeping watch on what is happening in the world of football. I understand that there are a lot of talking points in terms of injuries that have occurred, in terms of player exchanges, and a lot of other stuff that are coming out from the UEFA Champions League. So from me and all of you, my followers, please subscribe, like, share, comment. Let's engage. This is the great world of football. Until then, take care.